Yo, welcome back to another YouTube video. Today let's talk about the Toronto Raptors. Now, as a lifelong Toronto Raptors fan and seeing them from basically being dog to being great players to now being absolutely mid, I don't know what we're doing as a franchise. Obviously, as a team, we're trying to build around Scotty, but if Scotty doesn't take a leap this year, there's gonna be big changes in store for the Raptors. Because when you look over the offseason we just had, we really did not make any big changes to the roster apart from losing Fred and picking up the odd good solid role player. But really, with the roster we have at the moment, are we really going to be able to push for a playoff spot? And even then, do you want to push for a playoff spot? Because think about it. If we're just going to be stuck in purgatory, Masai should have hit the rebuild button. But obviously, he didn't. And we're running it back with the roster we had. And obviously, we can't even go into a rebuild because our pick this year goes to the Spurs. So, let's see what we do. Now, I do believe we can push for like a 5th or 6th seed because we got a solid team with players who can grow easily this year because Fred is gone. Shot chucker. And looking at our roster as a whole, there's a lot of players who can take big leaps because obviously there's Scotty, but you got OG Anunoby who can easily take a next leap into a all-star caliber player. Then you have Gary Trent Jr. He's young. Maybe he takes a leap this year. Jakob Poeltl is obviously not too old, so maybe he can build on the season he had before. And obviously, our all-star Spicy P is still on the roster. And I also think it was a good thing we didn't trade him because currently the trade market is kind of down bad because all the teams who wanted to make big moves have already started making their big moves, apart from certain teams who are just trying to lowball basically for our Pascal Siakam. Now, I think Masai was right because if they can re-sign him and maybe wait a year or two, then you can trade him for other big pieces from different teams. Like let's say in a year or two, the OKC Thunder want to compete. They have a lot of draft capital the Raptors will be happy to have, and it would be way better than what Atlanta is offering because the package they're offering is quite mid for Pascal, and I think he can even play better than he is right now. And with Fred leaving, maybe Pascal takes another leap, and maybe he goes on to have an MVP season. Look, I'm not trolling. If Pascal Siakam does lock in, if he can build off the All-Star starter season and put up great numbers and actually lead this Raptors team to a top 3 seed, why can't Pascal be the MVP of the league? But obviously, this is just wishful thinking because I think if you tried to bet on Pascal to win an MVP, you're probably plus 100,000 because that's how unlikely it is. But we'll see because we can only hope for the best and hopefully the Raptors can actually figure out what to do because as a Raptors fan, I'm kind of stuck with, are they actually going to make a move or keep the same roster without Fred and run it back when we just made the play-in? And most of the teams in the East have just gotten stronger and stronger. So as a Raptors fan, you really got to think, what are we doing? But like we see everywhere, in Masai we trust because he must have a master plan that we still can't see. Because Masai really built that 2019 championship roster from the ground up. But now, our roster is just looking bleak, and hopefully, and I mean hopefully, Scotty takes the big leap we want to see, and he starts turning into the all-star superstar we pray that he becomes. So yeah, as a Raptors fan, we can't hope for much, but hey, we always stay positive, and you know what, we did win a championship in the 2010s, let's hope that Scotty leads us to the 2027 NBA championship. So yeah, I hope you have a blessed day. Leave a like, sub to the channel, and let me know what else you want to see, because I always read my comments. And yeah, peace.